You placed it in your bedroom to bring peace, to purify the air, to calm the space. Everyone said it was a good choice, but night after night something began to feel off. Your sleep, once deep and full, now breaks at strange hours. A soft tension lingers in the room, like a quiet breath held too long. You and your partner start to disagree over the smallest things, and that glow of harmony, dimmer, fainter, as if the warmth is slipping through cracks you cannot see. It's not bad luck, it's not age, it may not even be you, it might just be the plant. A sharp, elegant, unbothered leaf, always standing tall beside your bed. Green, yes, alive, yes, but also piercing, the snake plant. They told you it was good for your health, but they never told you it might be stealing your luck, your love, your peace. Still think it's just decoration. It starts on a quiet morning. The kind where light drips softly through the curtains and the house still holds the hush of sleep. You sit up, feet brushing the cool floor, and glance toward the window. There it is, your trusted plant. Its leaves stretch upward like silent spears, unmoving. You don't question it. It's always been there. A symbol of life, they said. But something inside you hesitates today. Because what if life can sometimes take, not give? You woke with a strange heaviness in your chest. Dreams scattered like fallen leaves. And a thought you've ignored for weeks now whispers louder than ever. Could this be the reason I don't feel rested anymore? It's a quiet question. The kind that tugs at intuition, not logic. Because in Feng Shui, not all greens are kind. Not all growth is gentle. Not all stillness brings peace. And some energy, no matter how beautiful it looks in a pot, was never meant to sleep beside you. So before we begin, pause, look around your room, breathe in slowly. What have you been sleeping next to without really knowing? Part 1, Sharp Leaves, Broken Sleep. At first, you don't notice it. A few restless nights. A subtle sense of unease. You wake not refreshed, but somehow tense, like your body was bracing for something while you slept. Maybe it's your age, you think. Maybe it's hormones or the weather or just too many thoughts. So you change your pillow. You drink herbal tea. You stop using your phone before bed. Still, the sleep feels shallow, interrupted. Not quite yours anymore. And then one evening, as you fluff your blanket and glance around the room, your eyes land on it again, the snake plant. It looks the same, sturdy, tall, perfectly still. Its leaves reach upward, green and sharp, like blades frozen mid-strike. You bought it because it was said to be good for bedrooms. But good is not always good for everyone. And some things, some energies, are not meant to stand guard where you lay your heart to rest. In Feng Shui, the shape of an object matters as much as its color or placement. Energy flows like water. It moves gently when surrounded by soft curves, by warm textures, by yielding forms. But when it meets something sharp, something pointed, it splits. It scatters, it breaks. The snake plant with its sword-like leaves holds what Feng Shui calls Sha Qi, cutting energy. This isn't superstition. It's the sensation you feel when you walk into a room and your shoulders tense. When a place looks tidy but something about it feels off, when sleep comes late and never stays long. It's not drama, it's subtle. And that's what makes it dangerous. Sha Qi doesn't slam doors or shatter mirrors, it cuts quietly. Like a whisper that turns your rest uneasy. Like a presence that never speaks but somehow weighs on the air. Imagine sleeping beside a knife, not touching it but knowing it's there. Imagine your body trying to relax while something nearby is symbolically upright, alert, unyielding. The body knows what the mind ignores. The nervous system, gentle as it is, responds to shapes, lines, directions. And each night your body senses that sharpness. It doesn't sleep beside a soft tree or a peaceful bloom. It sleeps beside something structured, spiked, and energetically guarded. You may not dream of danger, but you may stop dreaming altogether. In Vietnamese homes of old, elders avoided placing anything sharp, vertical, or hard near where one rests. No swords, no pointy decor, not even certain styles of art. The bedroom was sacred, meant to mimic the womb, soft, dark, protected, round. And in that understanding lies a quiet wisdom. Peace doesn't grow in the presence of edges. It blooms where there's gentleness. Still, you might say, but it's just a plant. Yes, a beautiful one, but beauty can be misleading when it's not aligned with energy. Think of it like this. Would you place a mirror facing your bed, reflecting you while you sleep? Most wouldn't, because it reflects back not just light but attention. It disrupts stillness. The snake plant does something similar, not with light but with energetic sharpness. It doesn't reflect you, it points at you. So what can you do? You don't have to throw it away. Plants are not enemies. They're living, breathing, generous beings. But like people, each one belongs somewhere it can do the most good. Move the snake plant to your living room, your study, your hallway. Anywhere where its upward energy supports focus, discipline, protection. And for your bedroom, choose gentleness. Plants with soft, round leaves, ones that trail or drape, ones that whisper, not declare. Because your sleep is not just about rest, it's about receiving. It's about allowing yourself to let go, to soften, to float. And for that, you need a space that doesn't cut through your calm. You need softness at your side, not swords. Part 2. You and the plant are competing to breathe. At night, the world exhales. The noise recedes. The lights dim. Your room becomes a cocoon, a place meant for quiet renewal where your body can soften and your breath can slow. But some nights something feels wrong. You lie still, but sleep doesn't come easily. You wake not to sound or thought, but to a subtle weight in the chest, a dryness in the throat, a sense that the air isn't helping. You may think, perhaps I forgot to drink water. Perhaps I'm aging. Perhaps stress has made my body tight. But what if the answer lies just a few feet away, not in your schedule or your hormones, but in a green companion sharing your breath? Most plants give. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, gifts we've long appreciated. But plants, like people, change when the light is gone. At night, most plants, including the snake plant, reverse their rhythm. They consume oxygen. They breathe like we do. And in small, enclosed bedrooms, that simple act creates a quiet competition. You and the plant are drawing from the same invisible bowl. Of course, a snake plant won't steal your air entirely. It's not dangerous. But energy doesn't always scream. It whispers through discomfort. It speaks through the nights when your body doesn't settle, when your breath doesn't feel full. It speaks in sighs you didn't notice, in restlessness you blamed on age. Imagine this: your room is closed, the windows shut to keep the chill out, the curtains drawn, the night deep. You are not alone, your plant is there. It is quiet, yes, but it is alive, it is breathing. And in the same moment that you lie back, hoping to inhale rest, it inhales too. That's not a threat, it's just truth. A gentle tug-of-war in the dark, unnoticed, but your body knows, your body always knows. That slight pressure in your sinuses, the way you roll over more than usual, the vague feeling that the room is heavy. It's not always dramatic. It doesn't wake you up gasping. But over time, it chips away at your quality of rest. And rest is where we heal. When sleep is disturbed, so is everything else. Mood, focus, immunity, patience, love even, because how we breathe is how we live. The snake plant is a survivor. It's built to thrive in low light, low water, low care, but perhaps in the gentle space of sleep. What you need is not a warrior beside you, but a companion that exhales when you do. That breathes with you, not against you. There are plants that do this: peace lilies, orchids, certain ferns, plants that release oxygen at night, that work quietly in harmony with your rest. But more than picking the right plant, it's about awareness. Where does ease live in your room? Where do you feel light when you breathe? And what, if anything, makes the air feel dense? Open a window, even just a crack. Let the night air move. Let the room exhale fully before you close your eyes. And if a plant, however beautiful, makes your breath feel shorter, gently move it. Let it live in another space where its strength is a blessing, not a burden. Because your sleep is sacred, your breath is a thread tying you back to yourself, and in the quiet of the night, you deserve to breathe alone. Part 3, it grows tall, but you feel tense. The snake plant is known for its strength. It stands tall, unyielding, bold. Its leaves shoot straight up like green swords drawn in silent readiness. It doesn't bend, it doesn't sway. It doesn't soften with the wind. For many, that's part of its charm. It looks powerful, independent, resilient. The kind of plant that needs nothing from you, just a corner, a pot, and time. But what if the very things that make it strong are the things that quietly make you feel unsafe? Bedrooms are meant to be the softest place in a home. The place where we finally put down what we carry all day. The decisions, the masks, the expectations, the plans. And yet, when you enter your bedroom, do you truly feel yourself soften? Or do you find it hard to let go? Do your shoulders stay slightly lifted even when you lie down? Do your hands stay curled? Does your mind race long after the lights are off? It's easy to blame stress, work, family, the world outside. But sometimes the tension doesn't come from far away. Sometimes it stands quietly in the room with you, tall and unmoving. In Feng Shui, vertical upward growth carries yang energy. It's bright, active, masculine, alert. It's the energy of movement and drive, perfect for offices, kitchens, or entryways. But the bedroom is a place of yin. Softness, darkness, rest, the energy of surrender when strong yang enters a yin space. The balance tips. The room no longer cradles you, it calls you to stay alert. And your body listens, even if your eyes close, even if your mind tries to drift. Something in you remains awake, because the energy says, don't rest yet, stand up, keep going. It's like trying to sleep beside a soldier standing guard, no matter how quiet he is. His posture keeps you tense, you know it. Your nervous system knows it. And over time, that quiet alertness becomes exhaustion. Have you ever felt like you can't fully sink into your bed? That even on your best nights, sleep feels shallow? That you wake up and don't remember dreaming? These are not always signs of age. Sometimes they are signs of unbalanced energy. The kind that grows tall beside you, reminding you of everything you still haven't done. The snake plant in its upright glory mirrors our own habits, always growing, always upright, always holding together. But here's the truth many women don't hear enough. You do not have to be strong all the time. You do not have to grow all the time. You are allowed to rest, to soften, to breathe differently at night, and your space should reflect that. Instead of plants that stand tall and push upward, choose ones that drape, that curl, that flow. Let your bedroom echo your need for surrender. Let it speak gently to your spirit, not command it to rise. Even something as simple as switching your plant can become a sacred act of self-recognition. It's you saying, I no longer need to prove my strength here. I no longer want energy that makes me perform when I long to restore. So tonight, when you turn off the lights, take one slow look around. What in your room makes you feel held? And what makes you feel watched? What encourages you to sleep deeply? And what whispers, even in silence, that you should stay alert? Your body listens to everything, especially to things you've stopped noticing. So listen back. And let it guide you to something gentler, something lower, softer, quieter. Because sometimes it's not the noise that keeps you awake. It's the energy of a plant that refuses to rest. Part 4, a hard plant for a hardened heart. It's one of the easiest plants to care for. That's why you chose it. You didn't need to remember to water it. It didn't wilt if you forgot. It didn't complain. It just stood there, quiet, upright, enduring. The snake plant doesn't ask much from you. And perhaps that's why it felt right. Because when your days are long and your mind full, when you carry the weight of family, of worries, of changes you never asked for, sometimes even a plant that needs you can feel like one thing too many. So you chose what seemed simple, strong, low maintenance, the kind of plant that takes care of itself, but maybe, just maybe, what you really needed was not a plant that asks for nothing, but a space that invites you to need again. Sometimes the things we put around us mirror the things we feel but don't say. A rigid plant, a tidy room, a closed curtain, all reflections of a quiet heart that's forgotten how to soften, not out of failure, but out of survival. There's a moment many women know, especially later in life, after years of being needed, of giving, doing, enduring. A moment when asking for softness feels like a luxury. A moment when receiving becomes unfamiliar. When strength is not just a virtue, it's the only way you know how to exist. And in that moment, we begin choosing things that look like us, or at least the version of us we've been forced to become. The snake plant is tough. It survives in poor soil. It doesn't need much light. It stands alone. Is that you? Is that the energy you've been living in, proudly, quietly, without asking questions, until your body started whispering them at night? Until your heart began craving something gentler, even if you didn't know what to call it. So let's pause. Let's ask something tender. Why did you choose this plant? Was it because it felt safe? Because it didn't need from you what you no longer had to give? What would it mean to choose something softer now? Not just in a plant, but in yourself. There are plants that need more attention. They wilt when you ignore them. They lean toward light. They ask for care. And in that asking, they remind you, you too deserve tending. You may think, but I don't want anything that takes more from me. But sometimes giving a little attention is not another demand. It's a doorway, a chance to practice softness again, to reconnect with the part of you that still blooms quietly beneath all the survival. You don't have to remove the snake plant, but maybe move it. Place it where its strong energy is needed. In your kitchen, your workspace, your entryway, and leave your bedroom. For the parts of you that are ready to soften, choose plants that droop, that curl, that spill over edges, that teach you every time you look at them it's safe to lean. Because you are not just the strong one, not only the steady one. You are also allowed to be the tender one, the resting one. The one who grows not up and out, but inward, gently, quietly, at peace. And maybe it starts with one small choice, a plant that doesn't stand like armor, but opens like breath. Part 5, clean air doesn't mean a quiet mind. You chose it because it purifies. That's what every article says, that the snake plant cleans toxins from the air, that it improves air quality, that it's one of the top NASA-recommended plants. It felt good, logical, healthy, modern. After all, who wouldn't want cleaner air in the place they sleep? But nights went by, you breathed deeper, and still peace didn't come. Because clean air doesn't always bring a quiet mind. There's a difference between physical purity and energetic stillness. You can open every window, vacuum every rug, have the freshest air in your lungs, and still feel like something is stirring, tugging, unfinished. That's the kind of restlessness that doesn't come from toxins. It comes from tension, from unbalanced flow, from the shape and sound and feeling of the space around you. And sometimes what disrupts you isn't what you can measure. It's what you can sense. The snake plant, despite its purifying qualities, holds a posture of resistance. It is still, upright, hard-edged. It commands attention without movement, and in a bedroom where softness should lead. This kind of presence, no matter how clean, can become a quiet disruptor. It doesn't spread calm, it holds ground, like a statue reminding you that you're still not done. And the mind, already full, picks up on that, not in loud thoughts, but in the way it can't settle, the way it clings to control, even in the dark. Think of it like this: you can sit in a freshly cleaned room, but if someone in the corner stands tall, silent, staring, how relaxed would you feel? Not because they're doing anything, but because they exist in a way that doesn't match your need for surrender. That's the energy some plants bring. It's not wrong, it's just wrong here. In the same way your breath should slow when you lie down, so should the energy around you. Everything in the room should whisper, "You are safe now, let go." But if the plant in your space holds the energy of alertness, you may never fully cross that threshold. And yet, we often overlook this. We're told to fill our rooms with what's scientifically proven, what filters the air, what looks modern, what's low maintenance. But science doesn't always measure stillness. It doesn't always speak to the soul. You do, your body does. Your rest is the data. So if you've been waking tired, if your dreams feel fragmented, if your mind doesn't sink but stays afloat, consider what's in your space. Does it truly support your release? Does it encourage your surrender? Or is it just another silent pressure to keep everything right, even in the dark? There are other ways to cleanse a space, ways that don't come with sharp energy. Open your windows each morning. Let the first light sweep through. Wipe your doorframe with warm water and a few grains of salt. Light a small candle in the evening, just long enough for the flame to remind you this is sacred space now. Bring in a plant that doesn't stand like a soldier, that curls, that softens, that drapes its leaves like curtains. And if the snake plant must stay, place it in a room that needs focus, not rest. Because while it may purify the air, your bedroom is not just for breathing, it's for releasing. And that can't happen in a space that still holds the energy of doing. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, ask yourself gently, is my room clean or is it calm? And if the answer is only one of the two, do you know where to begin? Part 6. When one plant separates two people. Some distances don't begin with a fight. They begin with a silence, a quiet drifting, the kind that happens slowly. Over weeks, months, sometimes years, you still share the same bed, still eat the same meals, still ask, did you sleep well? But something's missing. The laughter comes less easily. The warmth feels thinner, as if the connection that once pulsed between you has faded into the walls. And strangely, the room feels colder. You check the thermostat. You add another blanket, but it's not your body that's chilled. It's something else. Something in the air, something in the space between. You may not suspect the plant in the corner. It's beautiful, familiar, a symbol of life, of green, of good intentions. You placed it there together, perhaps, when the room felt new, or when you thought adding something alive might bring new energy. But what if that energy, quiet as it is, isn't helping you feel close anymore? The snake plant, with its tall, straight leaves, sends out a kind of energy that says, I stand alone. I need nothing. I hold myself. In many spaces, that's powerful. But between two hearts trying to soften, reconnect, rest, it can quietly wedge a space of separation. It doesn't invite leaning. It doesn't round toward light. It doesn't bend toward love. It stands strong, independent, unyielding, and you're sleeping next to that message every night. You may think, it's just a plant, it can't affect our relationship. But energy doesn't need permission. It flows, it whispers, it surrounds. It fills the room like scent, like temperature, like tone. And the wrong tone, played over time, can wear on love. In Feng Shui, the energy of a bedroom should flow gently between two people. It should feel soft, embracing, nurturing. There should be roundness, movement, balance, no spikes, no walls, no sharp lines between where you sleep and where they do, but a tall plant placed between two pillows or close to one side of the bed can shift the balance subtly. Suddenly, one person feels more active, more alert, the other more withdrawn. Tension rises without reason. Words snap. Hugs feel delayed. No one knows why. And so the silence grows. But here's the beautiful thing about energy. It listens, it shifts, it responds to intention. So if love has felt tired, if your evenings have felt heavier, ask gently, is our space helping us hold each other? Or has it become too rigid to let closeness bloom? Sometimes healing a relationship doesn't start with big talks. It starts with the room you share, with the things that stand between you literally and energetically. You can move the snake plant to a place that thrives on strength. An office, a hallway, a bright corner where it guards, not divides. And in your bedroom, invite softness back. Choose pairs, 2 matching lamps, 2 rounded plants, 2 cushions that lean into each other. Balance the space so it whispers. This is for 2. Not one, not separate, together. Let the bedroom be the place where the world falls away, where the sharpness of the day dissolves. Let your room exhale enough space for your hearts to remember what they once knew so easily. That love doesn't always need words, but it does need softness and space that lets it stay close. Part 7. The sad energy hiding in the corner. There's a corner in every room that holds more than just dust. At first glance, it seems harmless. A quiet spot, a small gap between the dresser and the wall. Maybe that's where the plant sits, out of the way, not too close, not too seen. It's tidy. It doesn't bother anyone, it just stays there. And yet when you stand still long enough, when the house is silent and the light shifts in just the right way, you might feel it. The stillness is too still, the quiet too thick, like the breath of the room doesn't quite reach there. In Feng Shui, corners are often where energy gets trapped. They're the dead ends in the gentle river of Kai. And when we place unmoving objects there, especially upright, rigid ones like the snake plant, we anchor that stuckness even more. It becomes a pocket of stagnant energy, a place where the room no longer breathes. And over time, that corner starts to feel heavy. You might not notice it consciously, but your body does. It might be the way you avoid looking there, the way you turn off the light quickly at night, the way that part of the room always feels just a little cooler, a little darker, a little more tired. Sometimes we tuck things away in corners, not just plants but memories, old photos, forgotten gifts, unread books. We say we'll get to them later, but later doesn't come, and so they stay. Quiet reminders of emotions we no longer want to touch. And if the snake plant sits there, tall, still, unmoved, it doesn't just represent life. It becomes a guard, a sentinel over forgotten feelings. Its rigid leaves don't absorb that sadness. They hold it, they echo it, so the corner becomes not just physically blocked, but emotionally sealed. Ask yourself, what lives in that corner? Is it just a plant? Or is it the place where old dreams went to sleep, where tension settled like dust, where your own gentleness stopped flowing? We often underestimate the power of movement, not just of our bodies, but of our spaces. A small shift can change everything. Light entering a different way, air flowing freely again. A plant moved from a dark corner to an open window. These small gestures tell the room, we're paying attention now. We're willing to let energy breathe again. And in turn, the room responds. The energy loosens. The corner no longer holds its sadness. It becomes part of the home again, so today go to that corner. Not with fear, but with quiet curiosity. Touch the plant, feel the temperature of the air around it, notice what emotions surface. And then gently move something, just one thing. You don't need to know what's stuck. Your body already does. Let the space shift, and let yourself shift with it. Maybe you light a candle there for the first time. Maybe you place a soft cloth or a small bowl of water or a plant that spills downward instead of pointing up. Maybe you simply clear it completely. Leave it empty for a while so the energy can fill itself with light again. You don't need to rush. Healing a corner is like healing a part of yourself. It happens slowly with attention and care. Because sometimes the sadness in your heart is mirrored by the silence in the room, and sometimes opening one forgotten corner is all it takes to let the light return. Part 8, our ancestors already knew. You may not remember when you first learned about energy. No one sat you down and taught you how a room feels when it's warm or wrong or restless, but you've always known. You knew it when you walked into a space and instantly wanted to leave, when someone rearranged a room and suddenly it felt off, when you moved a chair just slightly and the whole place breathed differently. No books, no courses, just instinct. And that instinct, it didn't come from nowhere. Your mother knew it. Your grandmother moved through it. She may not have said Feng Shui. She may have called it GI letter 1 EEF and letter 1 EC1 and letter 1 EBFP. Or Cho Can Nha letter 1 EA5M L letter 1 EA1 I. But she knew not to place a mirror facing the bed, not to let clutter pile in corners, to open windows first thing in the morning, so the night's breath could leave and light could return. She swept not just for dust, but for energy. You've seen it in old homes. The way furniture faced not just for function but for feeling. The softness of curtains. The quiet power of a family altar placed just so. You've seen how elders walked into a space, paused, and with a small movement, a turn of a plant, the shifting of a lamp, something calmed. That wasn't superstition, that was wisdom. And somehow in all the noise of modern life, we forgot. We filled our bedrooms with things that look good on screens. We followed charts, lists, must-haves. We chased minimalism or trends. But the heart of the home isn't a design, it's a feeling. And no app can teach you that. So if the room feels unsettled, if your sleep has gone thin, if your heart feels distant in the very space where it should feel closest, maybe it's time to remember what you already knew. Not from books, but from life. You don't need to understand all the rules of Feng Shui. You don't need to get every angle right. You only need to pause long enough to feel, is this space helping me rest, helping me love, helping me come home to myself? Maybe the snake plant was never the problem. Maybe it simply reminded you of what no longer fits, of how much you've outgrown doing everything alone, of how much you long now not for resilience, but for relief. Maybe this moment is not about plants, it's about permission to shift, to soften, to return to your own rhythm. So open the curtain a little wider. Let the room feel the morning before you make the bed. Move one thing not for beauty but for breath, not because someone told you to, but because something inside you stirred and whispered, that feels better. That voice, it's your inheritance. The quiet knowing passed down from the hands that made spaces sacred before you ever knew their names. Because long before we had words for energy, our ancestors already knew how to listen, and now you do too. Final, there's a quiet that comes not from silence, but from alignment. From the way a room begins to match the rhythm of your heart, from the way energy stops pulling against you and starts cradling you instead. It doesn't happen all at once. It might begin with a glance, a sudden noticing of a corner that no longer feels soft, a plant that no longer belongs. It might begin with a shift so small. You wonder if it matters, but the body notices, the soul exhales, and something in you returns. You were never meant to sleep beside sharpness, not in words, not in emotions, not in symbols standing silently in the dark. You were always meant to rest in places that fold around you like dusk. Gentle, yielding, whole. Maybe no one told you this clearly. Maybe life taught you to be strong, efficient, unbothered, to pick the plant that survives anything. Because you too have had to survive everything. But now, maybe you no longer want to survive your nights. Maybe you want to be restored by them. Let this room become more than a place where sleep happens. Let it become a place where softness returns, where nothing has to be earned or proved or held together. Just breath, just rest, just you. And if one small shift, one corner cleared, one plant moved, one light softened, brings that stillness closer, then maybe the journey back to yourself was never as far as you feared. So tonight, before you close your eyes, ask yourself gently, what do I no longer need beside me to finally feel whole again?